This was supposed to be a simple assignment. I should never have allowed Lieutenant Orion to push us around. The Ossuary of Telacar was thought to be the resting place of Mannimarco's most powerful disciple. We were searching the site, carefully mind you, when the Shades awoke. I don't know. They poured out of the ground. The soldiers rushed me back to camp, and now I'm the only one remaining. Lieutenant Orion won't let me venture from the camp, but you have no such restriction. Please find my acolytes. Some must still live. Set it ablaze!
You arrived in the nick of time.
Thank you. I can make it back to camp from here.
Follow me quickly, before any more of them return. Research. All I want to do is research. Why do I always end up in life or death situations? Either in Darwin's cursed or I am. Shades boiling up from the ground? What next? Trolls in heat? We were excavating for artifacts when Dominion soldiers showed up, demanding we turn over anything we'd found. And Darwin showed them what we had, but Lieutenant Orion insisted we work faster. No protocols, no safeguards. I have no idea. The Mages Guild has procedures for a reason. Not that the soldiers listened. We found an ancient scepter made from bone, but before we could properly contain the artifact, one of those idiots grabbed it. That's right. And if it weren't for you, I'd have joined them. I'm heading back to our base camp. You should speak with Darwin if you think you can help sort out this mess. You can't be any worse than Lieutenant Orion.
What are you doing? That's not your property. That bone scepter is the only thing of note we found. There's no end of trouble since we pulled it from the ruin. It's not dangerous, not directly. What I mean to say is that holding it won't rot your hand off. At least not immediately. It summons all the shades, I suspect. It certainly doesn't control them. Not that I've found anyway. Although, the markings carved into the scepter are all Aliad for Pale Sentinel. Could that mean the creature at the heart of the ruin? It's the only shade we've heard speak, though it mostly just wails. It is rather pale, come to think of it, and the scepter works obsidian into bone, which is an old form of necromantic control. Say, would you care to help prove a theory? If that shade is in fact the Pale Sentinel, that bone scepter may have some control over it. And if it's directing the rest of the shades, perhaps you could force it to stop. Besides, we can't allow Telacar's ancient traps to remain active. Not this close to Elden Root. If the bone scepter can control the Pale Sentinel, perhaps the shades will settle down. Then we can get back to excavating the Ossuary of Telacar. He was a necromancer, one of Menamarco's most talented apprentices, but he and his wife Vistari eventually left Menamarco's tutelage. It isn't entirely clear. There are many theories, but they all boil down to a difference of opinion. Seems to be the way of things with necromancers. How can anything hurt so badly?
Leave this place! I won't let you wake him! The Bone Scepter! No, please, don't wake him! Stop! Don't make me go back! I was so close to escaping him forever! Telacar. A bad man who sleeps inside these ruins. When he wakes, I'll be trapped here forever. I'll do everything I can to get away. I did not! Telacar's servants hurt those people. They don't like you if you aren't from here. When he wakes, he'll control them completely. Just like me. The Bone Scepter holds power over Telacar's monsters. Over me. I can't lie to you. Besides, lying is wrong. One of Telacar's victims. But I don't have to be. If you can free me before he wakes, I'll leave. Then he'll go back to sleep forever. Hooray! Follow me inside the ruin. We don't want the Shades to hear us. They're his spies, you know. Shh! Be quiet in here. Telacar's servants don't like things with blood inside them. And they really don't like noise. There's a big sparkly door inside the Constellation Room. It's this big lock Vistari made, to keep him asleep inside. She doesn't come around anymore. I think that's why the door isn't so sparkly. You did? That's wonderful. Is she doing all right? Did she mention me? Where is she now? Oh, nearby, huh? Maybe I can visit. You know, when I'm free. After we make her lock stronger, so Telacar sleeps forever. Vistari left 3 of the things we need in special rooms around the ruins. The 4th is stuck inside some of Telacar's servants. If you smash them open, I won't tell. But about all the pieces, I don't know how to make them work together. I'm sorry. That's easy. The morning room, the smelly room, and the forbidden room. But don't worry, I can keep you safe. We should just go there. I'll point out what we need. Oh, all right. The most important thing is the book Vistari wrote in when she locked the door. We need to find that so we know what to do in the Constellation Room. There's an old skull Telacar stole from Metamarco. Then there's a glowy vial. I don't know what's inside, but if you listen real close, you can hear whispers. Oh, and the Milky Rocks. You'll find those inside some of Telacar's servants. I can distract Telacar's servants. Point the Bone Scepter at one of them and I'll blind it. Then you can smack it until it falls down. Don't worry, it's not like you're hurting it. They get back up again, eventually. Behold, the Forbidden Room. I come here to think sometimes. It's where Vistari left the book she wrote in when she put Telacar to sleep. It's the smelly room. That glowy vial lit the hallways when Vistari carried it back from the Constellation Room. Once we find all the pieces, I don't like the morning room. All the servants used to live in the cages. But Vistari brought that old skull back here. I'm sure of it. That's the last of them. We have all the pieces. We should go to the Constellation Room and put Telacar back to sleep. Something's happening. I think it's working.
How dare you intrude within my... What? It's
No!
you!
Let me go!
You there! Explain yourself! What are you doing in my home? are you? Why have you invaded my home? The Shades defend my home from thieves. Neither I nor my servants bear any interest in the living. My work concerns one who died long ago. And now, I would know why this creature travels with you. Simple-minded thing. Those wards haven't contained me for decades. I remain within by choice. Now, I'm at a critical juncture in my research, and I need this creature to complete it. If you interfere, I'll drive you from my home. Now, be gone.
No, please! I don't want to stay here!
You dare interrupt me? Kalian, my son, see to this intruder. Again, you trouble me at a critical juncture. What must I do to hasten your departure? Attempting to restore my son, despite your interruptions. That creature is a piece of him, an imperfect piece. If I reunite flesh and spirit, I can revive my son. He's my son. I'd do anything to restore him to a fraction of himself. With refinement, I can make him whole again. Vastari thought this hubris. If she hadn't left this world, I'd try to make her understand. Truly? Then I have all the more reason. If I can get it right this time, we can be a family once more. I don't want to cause this creature harm, but the Bone Scepter was long ago hidden from me, so I must use cruder methods to control it. You what? That scepter is crafted from my own bones. It can bind the creature to his immortal husk. Once Kalian's wounds knit, I'll summon him here. You must bind the creature to his husk, set things to how they should be. You fear I would raise an undead army to march through Grotwell? My wife and I spurned Manimarco for a reason. But in return for binding this creature to my son's husk, I pledge we will remain within our home forever. He was young when he had his accident. Too young. The creature you've met can't fully comprehend the world around it. Unless properly supervised, it could harm itself or others without knowing what it did. No, to set it free would be a cruelty. Kalian is my son. I needed all his remains to craft the husk, so I had to use my own for the scepter. To command a spirit, use a focus made of its bones or those of its close relatives. Basic necromantic principle. I broke through Vastari's ward just under a century ago. I have remained here ever since, attempting to restore what remained of my family. I will never leave, as long as Kalian remains at my side. This is my home.
No, please. You can't make me be a monster again. I don't want to be here anymore. It hurt when I was a monster. It hurt worse than these chains. I want my father to sleep so I can go away. I don't know. I wish you could use the bone scepter on him. Point it at his body. There, on the throne. And tell him to go to sleep. Then I could finally leave. Far away from here. Somewhere safe and warm. Somewhere where I'd have friends. Do you think I could go there? Would she be happy to see me? Or would it be like the last time, when she thought I was a monster? I don't want to be a monster. Please, make my father go back to sleep, so I can be free.
No! What are you? What?
You did it! You did it! I'm free! I'm finally free! Thank you. Thank you. I don't know, but whatever it is, I'll be far away from here. Telacar can't hurt me anymore. Here, I can open a portal so you can be with your friends. Tell them I'm sorry about the shades. As long as they stay away, they should be fine.